So Travis Kelce just became the highest paid tight end in the league currently. Not really surprising news. I mean, he really turned up in a real Hall of Fame way during that playoff run. Kind of funny enough, he wasn't really the best in the regular season. In fact, it looked like he lost like significant steps in his game. He just looked really flat most games, and there was a lot of frustration boiling over too. A lot of moments where he was just really pissed off on the sidelines and whatnot, and but it really doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. If you could just turn it up in the postseason, then who really cares? It's kind of surprising too, because I thought he was gonna retire with his brother at the start of last year. It's a 2-year contract extension. I don't really know how much he has left in the tank, because I would really like to see him again in the regular season and to ultimately see him again in the postseason. I know postseason, hyped up games, those big games, the Chiefs are always going to come to play. There's kind of a theory out there with like championship caliber teams and teams who are kind of in like the midst of a dynasty, of them kind of being bored in the regular season. I think there is some weight to that, so this might just be like a pattern for the rest of his career of just kind of being like an okay tight end in the regular season, but once it's playoff time, once the games that need to be won are played, he's going to come through. So we'll see what happens. But back to what I was saying with how much he has left in the tank, I really don't know. It's a 2-year contract extension, so I feel like 4 years, absolute tops. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got 2 more years and that's it, but we'll see. We will definitely see. Over the 2-year deal, he will earn $34.25 mil, and his $17.125 mil average salary will make him, like I said, the highest paid tight end in the NFL. I think it's definitely worth it, obviously. I mean, come on, bro. Like, at Super Bowl, he turned up. Against the Bills, he turned up. That one ridiculous play against the Ravens. I mean, come on. Curious, do you think he should be the highest paid tight end in the NFL right now? And if you think not, who do you think should be? I mean, I really think there's only an argument for, like, George Kittle, but over the last 3 years, he's definitely had his fair share of injuries, and then TJ Hawkinson obviously had a big contract, but like other than that, like I don't know. I think he should be, but let me know what y'all think. He's the most productive tight end of his era, having eclipsed 1,000 yards 7 times in his career. Definitely a big deal. He caught 83 passes for 984 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023. He definitely had his injuries too last year. That's the only thing too is, week 1 of last year, he got held out due to that injury, and it really took him a while to get going. Like, injuries might be a common occurrence for him until he's done playing in the NFL, so that's something to kind of pay attention to as well. Obviously, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champ, 9-time Pro Bowler, so definitely has all the accolades in the world. Whole career, he's caught 907 career passes for 11,328 yards and 74 touchdowns. So yeah, he's definitely on his way to Canton. And, over the last 3 years, there's definitely been an argument to call him the greatest tight end of all time. It's really between him, Gronk, and like Tony G. My vote would definitely be Gronk. I know Gronk obviously retired pretty young. I'm pretty sure he's like 31, 32 right now, which is crazy. But injuries, bigger guy, they just kept going for his legs, which is understandable because that's the only way you could really take him down. But prime Gronk was truly a freak of nature. I mean, he could really do it all. He could block. He could make ridiculous one-handed catches to just stiff arm an entire defense. Just like seriously, go back and watch some of his highlights. Like, just unreal stuff. Like, It's like he was playing with like 8-year-olds on that field, man. It was just crazy. The thing about Kelce is like why I can't call him the greatest tight end of all time is because his blocking. I know he's gotten better over the last few years, but Gronk was just a different animal in that department. So, what do you think? Who do you think the best tight end of all time is? There's also an argument for Shannon Sharp too. He's definitely up there, Hall of Famer. He's definitely got the numbers and accolades too, but I think Gronk is just a freak. And I know he played with Tom Brady, and that helps too. But Kelce also has Mahomes, so I feel like it kind of cancels each other out to a certain extent. But let me know who y'all think is the greatest tight end of all time. But yeah, other Chiefs news. Obviously, they drafted Xavier Worthy. Kind of a wild trade in my opinion. The Bills traded with the Chiefs so that they could draft Xavier Worthy. I feel like that is definitely going to haunt them in the future. I don't know what they were thinking. I know they got their wide receiver that they wanted to get. I don't know. Maybe they had Coleman ranked above Worthy. But I just don't know how you can make that trade with the team you're consistently competing against and the team you're going to be consistently competing against until Mahomes is done in the league. So, I don't know. That trade is 100% going to come back and bite them in the ass. Just watch. But, yeah, Patty Mahomes has another speedster out there with Kadarius Toney probably being off the team. So you got Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce. Definitely a better receiving core than Mahomes had last year. So if you're a Chiefs fan, you gotta be pretty happy. You gotta be pretty excited. I mean, they're definitely ready to do a three-peat, man. They're definitely ready. And it's pretty likely that it'll happen. Pretty hyped to see what they do this year. I always like to see history in the making, and you should too. You should too, because the NFL has never seen a three-peat before. That would be pretty wild. So, let me know what y'all think about the Kelce news. Is he the greatest tight end of all time? Is that a good contract? Should he be the highest-paid tight end in the NFL right now? How good do you think the Chiefs are going to be this year? What do you think about the Xavier Worthy trade and draft selection? Let me know. That's all I got for right now. Peace.